here we go. Episode freaking 10 of our one take challenge. Excited to see what you've sent for me this week. Let's go.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, hello. Ooh, some fancy chords. And a little out of tune chords.
照片里的我和你，那个日子过得轻松没忧虑。你笑脸还比个耶，小鱼干混了一天。这湿热的季节，海风轻轻吹，晃一个眼。那么多年。
I thought a really nice tone. Really. What?
I feel like yellow would be a good fit for this
Maybe,
song.
maybe. Yeah. I think a really lovely tone. I'm going to listen further, but I'm going to elaborate a little bit on something I said. I kind of made a little comment about your guitar being out of tune, and I want to just say to you that you're a good singer. You're a good musician. Tune your guitar. Don't show up anywhere with a guitar that is not really in tune. Elevate yourself. You're worth it.
照片里的我和你，一些故事悄悄藏在回忆里。我没有什么改变，总是被动又胆怯。一个人在床边，一个人过夜，习惯寂寞。那么多年，跌倒不一定是失败，只是跌的频率比较快。到底是人生中心外，一直重来也学不来。
It's always interesting to have singers like you show up in front of me, because for the first few seconds, I think to myself, cool tone, lots of stuff is working, not sure really what to say or where to dig in. But the more I listened, where I think you could elevate, I can already say this. I'm going to piggyback kind of on what you just said. The difference between you and Yellow is energetically, he's digging in. And I'm not suggesting that you're not trying hard or showing up. You clearly are. This sounds good. But if you want to, dial it up to the next level, I think people take for granted how aggressively you need to kind of commit. It's not that I think you need to be aggressive. I think that you need to dial up everything you're doing and do it more. So if you're going to do a riff, do a riff. If you're going to do a soft tone, be softer. If you're going to do a bold tone, be bolder. Everything is here for me. Mm-hmm. But the riffs are slightly mushy. They're good. They're good. All the notes, for the most, I think are intact. It's just a matter more of just steer harder and be willing to show up yourself even more. Because it's all here. From what I'm hearing, it's just a little subdued.
Yeah.
But there's a lot here.
I agree.
Does that resonate?
Totally.
装了满满的垃圾袋
And I'm being harsh.
是万般无奈，心中没有什么期待，不会再有什么期待，只开一盏灯刚好，尘埃在灯光下逃跑，就比基本的自己，心不再演得很潦草，要不要打包？什么才重要？满地的失落的、肮脏的、不舍的，全丢掉。照片里的我和你，一些故事悄悄藏在回忆里。我没有什么改变，总是被动又胆怯。一个人在床边，一个人过夜，习惯寂寞。那么多年。算过这几年搬了几次家，折叠好的纸箱就堆在墙边。
I recognize that I'm being harsh, but I want to say even your counting could count harder. Your counting is good. the rhythm is completely intact. Mostly. It doesn't feel crisp counting. It feels like good. It's good. I feel the rhythm. I feel everything. But your musicianship is actually higher than what I think we're witnessing. So this is actually kind of the kind of advice from a coach that's hard to hear because it's not specific, right? I'm not like, let me show you how to fix that riff. You missed a note. Here's how you fix it. This is the kind of coaching you get when you already have a lot of puzzle pieces there. Everything you're doing needs more. But it's great. You're just capable. I should say that too. I only get to speak this way when there's lots of puzzle pieces there. So everything is here. I hear agility. I hear vibrato. I hear good counting. I see musicianship. You're playing a guitar. I hear riffs. I hear good intonation. I hear a really quite lovely tone. I quite like his tone. But all of that, just a little bit more. Just like 10 and 2. I don't have really any specifics coming to mind. But I still think that you could elevate.
Yeah.
But it's all here.
It's
got that casual vocal performance that we like in R&B. Little mushy. All I'm saying is, it's clear that your ear is hearing. Your ear is hearing what's in the riffs and runs. Your ear is hearing where the vibrato goes. Your sense of style understands it. Is his vibrato laryngeal?
记忆和相簿里充满眷恋，时间只忍不住一下下回，翻开无穷无尽思念深渊，一个下午卡关要好几回，翻箱倒柜凌乱房间，想要留下来的是仅存的甜美，照片里的我和你。那段日子过得轻松没忧虑，你笑脸还比个耶，小鱼缸混了一天。这湿热的季节，海风轻轻吹，晃一个眼。那么多年，照片里的我和你，一些故事悄悄藏在回忆里。我没有什么改变，总是被动又胆怯。
That's nice.
一个人在床边，一个人过夜。
Does anybody know this
习
song?
惯寂寞。
No.
It's nice.
那么多年。
Great work. I think you, if I'm going to be specific, I think you could drill agility a little bit.
Yeah.
I think you could drill your agility a little bit, and I think you're going to strengthen the through line. But I hope you found what I said helpful. Dial it all up. Actually, one more thing, hold yourself even more accountable. I know that sounds crazy because when we're performing a song, we're obviously trying as hard as we can. But when you're practicing, if you hear a note that was not quite right, stop, fix it. If you hear a riff that was kind of mushy, mushy, poo-poo, didn't have all the notes completely intact, stop, fix it. Right now, this is very good enough. And good enough is good enough. But nobody really strives for good enough. You have more in you. You have more in you. Great work. Thanks for sending this. Does anybody have anything to add to that?
No.
Did that feel fair?
Yeah.
谢谢。
谢谢.
Fair. She smiled. Left. Without looking.
Oh, cool. Emma Stone.
The water was freezing. She spent months sneezing, but said she would do it again. Here's to the ones who dream, foolish as they may seem. Here's to the hearts that ache. Here's to the mess we make. To capture a feeling, sky with no ceiling. The sunset inside her phone. She lived in her liquor and died with a flicker.
Great work. I like this song. Your intonation is good. You could steer harder, but it's good. That means your pitch. You're capturing Emma Stone's energy really well. Do you guys know this song? It's from a musical.
No.
It's from a musical. So her tone, she's matching Emma Stone's tone pretty accurately, this soft, wispy thing.
I always remember the flame. Here's to the ones who dream.
I'm gonna talk more about your singing voice in a sec. I've said this in previous videos, but I'm gonna do it again for her.
Okay.
Your English is good. You're doing really, really well. But the old TH is really tricky. And there's two different iterations that I'm gonna get you to look at here. Sometimes your TH is coming out like an S sound when it's at the end of the word, particularly like the word with. Right now we're getting more like whis. I know it's a lot of work for the old tongue, but it needs to get between your teeth. With. And the air needs to come through your top teeth. You're very understandable, to be very clear. We all understand the words very clearly. But this will just level you up. You'll feel great. So when the TH is at the end of the word, with. When it is at the beginning of the word, like the, we are getting duh. And I understand why. It's a really similar position. Duh, the, duh, the, duh, the. It's the air coming through the teeth that we need. D, 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 d. There's no air. The air. So watch for both of those, but your English is great. I'm going to go back to your voice now. I just wanted to offer you that in case that's something you want to look at.
Foolish as they may seem, here's to the hearts that hang. Here's to the mess we make. She told me a bit of madness is key. Give us new colors to see. Who knows where it will lead us? And that's why they need us.
Let's talk about stability and support. What does that mean? Air, breath. Two sides of this coin. One, your inhalation. When you take air in, you need to make sure you're taking it in efficiently. A lot of it. Enough that there's some wind that you can push out. So your inhalation, you might want to look at checking it. Just checking in and making sure that you're really allowing your body to open up and bring that air in, just like you do in your everyday life. When you're speaking to your friends, blah, 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 you're probably taking air in pretty efficiently. Make sure you're bringing that into singing. The second side of the coin is the way you're using your air. Are you using an airy tone? There is some whispery tone that Emma Stone is using that you're emulating. There is some control you have with how thick the tone is. But ultimately, we need a little bit more torso involved. We need a little bit more muscle involved. Your intonation, your pitch will improve. You will hopefully need less H's, as I call them. Right now, there is some unsteadiness when you're switching notes in the middle of a word and you're using an H to kind of bridge that gap sometimes. And we're losing phrase endings. They're kind of fading off because you might not have enough air and or you might not be squeezing it out enough to get some back pressure going. So everything I just said, the most important thing I want you to take from it is remember how you breathe in everyday life. Think about what it would feel like if you needed to call your dog. Hey! What does that feel like in your body? And remember what it feels like when you're having a chat with someone. Blah, 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 right? We're actually squeezing that air out a little bit so that we're heard, so that the sound and tone is supported. So your body knows how to do this. You just have to bring it into singing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
To bring on the rebels, the ripples from pebbles, the painters and poets and plays. And here's to the fools who dream, crazy as they may seem. Here's to the hearts that break. Here's to the mess we made.
Nice vibrato there. You'll find more vibrato kind of slips out the more that support is there. The more support is there, the more you can... The way I think about it is, the more this participates, the less this has to. And that's not an exact physiological explanation, but I want you to just think about using this so that this can let go enough. That's why we were hearing a little bit of vibrato spin out there in my mind, because you weren't using this stuff as much for support. We want the whole body a little bit more involved in that squeeze.
Trace your back to the horrendous, no end. Smiling through it, she said she'll do it again.
Beautiful interpretation. Great song choice. That was really fun to see. I think that you can really level up by working on your breath and your support. Breath seems really mundane, but it's the power, it's the gas in the tank. So it's not as though you're running out of air. That might not be your perception, but breath is support. Breath is the power. Breath is what holds things stable. It's what holds the tone stable. It's what lifts the pitch up when it's high, gives it enough juice to get up into those notes. So I think you got a great thing going. I think great work on your English. Not a completely easy pick. Musical theater has lots of rhythm stuff going on. There's lots of emotion going on. We didn't hear you use a lot of thicker sounds. If you want to send another video, I'd be curious to hear where you're at with getting in your chest of your thicker stuff. But great work. Thanks for sending. I hope that was helpful. Ooh, we're in a vocal booth, a cool one.
Wow.
I gotta keep the calm before the storm. I don't want less, I don't want more. I spur the windows and the doors to keep me safe, to keep me warm. Yeah, my life is what I'm fighting for. Can't part the sea, can't reach the shore. And my walls become the driving force. I won't let this pull me overboard. God, keep my head over water, don't let me down. It gets harder, I meet you there.
When there's pitch issues, that's kind of on the checklist of stuff that we got to look at. So your ear and your brain and your voice, they're kind of the holy trinity of vocal stuff, and they have to shake hands and cooperate more than they are right now. You need to be asking your ear more questions. Is that right? Does that work? Am I tracking? Did I hear that right? Do I know that note? Is it in tune? If I was working with you, the first thing I would do is I would lower this, if this is the song you wanted to do, I would probably lower this about 3 semitones for starts, and we would play in that pool just to eliminate the factor of those really spicy notes and those mixy notes working over your break. Maybe even 4 semitones, maybe even 5, just to really eliminate all the, this is going to sound yucky, eliminate all the fun stuff so that you're left with foundation. When we have pitch stuff like this, we need more foundation.
At the altar, I step down to my knees. Don't let me down, down, down. Don't let me down, down, down. So pull me up from down below. 'Cause I'm underneath the undertow. Come try me out and hold me close. I need you now, I need you more.
One more tip I want to give you around pitch is sometimes you're getting to the right pitch, but it's taking you a sec. And when it comes to singing, a millisecond or 2 is kind of long to the ear. So you have to kind of set your target and get right to it. We don't have a lot of leeway, a lot of time to find it. And that's especially common in those high notes, right? Where we're like finding our way up, how it feels, the gears we need to shift and navigate. It needs to be more immediate. So this song is challenging, and I think borderline unnecessarily high. I would come back to foundation. I would come back to, you know, yeah. Just give yourself you can find so much stuff on Bilibili or YouTube. Any old exercise that will allow you to simplify, strip down, and come back to those basics. I can tell that you're excited by these more juicy techniques. But even your agility, I can't even really get to your agility because your intonation isn't there yet. So I know you want to get greasier and riffier and have those things in place, but step 1 is pitch and intonation. But your tone in those upper notes, I can see why it's satisfying for you. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Gotta keep my head over water, don't let me down. It gets harder, I meet you there at the altar.
It's too high. This key is too high.
I step down to my knees. Don't let me down, down, down. Don't let me down, down, down. Don't let me down, down, down. I keep my head above water, and I can't see in this stormy weather.
If you look at your face, my friend, you'll see strain. And it's okay to see a singer get into it. Singing is a very full body sport. But when we see strain and hear strain, key. Too high, too high.
I can't seem to keep it all together, and I can't swim the ocean like this forever, and I can't breathe. Gotta keep my head over water, I lose my breath. At the bottom can resume me. I'll be waiting, I'm too young to fall asleep. Gotta keep my head over water, don't let me down. It gets harder, I meet you there on the altar. I step down to my knees. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Keep my head over water.
I don't know this song. I recognize it, but I don't know it. So I don't know if you're copying cries from the original. Ha, ha, the sound da, ha, ha, ha. so I don't know what's in the original, but there's a lot in your performance. And that can happen when it's just hard to find a pitch dead on. We kind of cry our way into it. So that's just another indication to me that A, could be too high. B, you need to ask for more control. You need to work towards more control. You shouldn't need that. As a matter of fact, I challenge you. Go do this song again, no cries. Hit everything dead on without any of those. You're gonna find it really challenging. And that'll be a good challenge for you to work on. Take those cries out. Even if you want to bring some of them back in the end, stylistically, they resonate with you. Right now, you're using them as almost necessity instead of stylistic, fun. Great work. I think the energy that you're showing up with is going to behoove you. It's going to be very helpful on your musical journey. But energy alone, it's like if the first guy had this energy, but the first guy had a lot more accuracy. So everybody's got stuff to work on. Great work. And you took on an English song. Super cool to see. There's lots here for you to work with, but there's nothing if there isn't pitch, unfortunately. You can have the tone that is a waterfall of 1,000 years. If your tone isn't, if your pitch isn't there, nothing else matters. But great work. Thank you for submitting. And if you do take on any of that advice, send us another video. I would challenge you to take something a little lower, maybe a little bit less, no, just a little lower, and listen for those specific intervals at the ends of phrases. Simplify, lower, turn up your ear, but great work. Thanks for sending.
David Tao.
Oh, yeah?
You heard it before. It's the one where he knocked on the guitar. Boom, boom.
Ah.
等待，我随时随地在等待，做你感情上的依赖，我没有任何的疑问，这是爱。
Changing the song.
Really?
Yeah.
They should swap some parts in there.
She swapped some.
Yeah.
Well, she's allowed.
That's okay.
Yeah, she's allowed.
It's different.
你早就想要说明白。
I can tell you like this song. Thanks for bringing it to us. The first thing that's sticking out to me is what I call the push-pull. I don't know this song nor language, so forgive me with this demonstration. But it's feeling like I'm greatly exaggerating how big the push is, but that's a support thing, right? We want da 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 na 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 na. We want to follow through. No coming and going. So usually this happens when we'll often overcommit. We're used to kind of overcommitting and having to pull back really quick and fix it. So instead of da 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 da, we get da 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 da. Do you feel my energy? Too hard, fix it. Too hard, fix it. Too hard, fix it. So everything has to loosen in. And believe it or not, more support, more kind of squeezing the air out of yourself will prevent you from doing all those pushes. Sorry, I should say a constant squeeze more than but pretty tone.
我觉得自己好失败，
Yeah, and your agility.
从天堂掉落到深渊，多无奈。我愿意改变，重新再来一遍。我无法只是普通朋友，感情里那么深。
There's so much raw material here that needs refining. There's stuff here. I can tell you like using riffs and runs and agility. You chose a David Tao song. You kind of have to make your ear work harder because your voice can only do what your ear communicates your brain to tell your voice to do. and your expectations have to actually raise for yourself. And that's a crazy thing to tell people who have presented themselves this way, because you're already putting yourself out there and you've already worked very hard to arrive like this. So when I say that, I don't mean you have to be like harder on yourself, you know. I just mean you have to demand more from your ear and thusly your voice. So when if you're singing out of tune, for example, it shouldn't be left to someone else to say, oh, your riff, you know, landed on the wrong note. You should be like, yo, don't stop me. I know my riff landed on the wrong note. You should be knowing that yourself. And you do, because you're already in tune for lots of it, right? Your pitch is good for lots of it. That means you're capable of knowing when it isn't. You're just going, close enough, close enough, close enough. No such thing. No such thing. You want to always steer as hard as humanly possible. But again, I quite like her tone. Sweet. Sweet.
当我怎么放手，但你说爱 only wanna be your friend.
Oh, I do know this one.
做个朋友，我在你心中只是 just a friend， 不是情人，我感激你对我真。
But I think she's pitched this up, hey?
Her pitch is all over the place, and she's changing the song a lot in
But
weird ways.
But I hear the track. It sounds like the track itself has been pitched into a higher key.
It's not original key. It's,
I want to praise her for that, because
she customized it.
she customized it for herself. I actually think it's a bit too high. But I understand how fun it is to sail up into those high notes. I think you could bring it down a couple semitones.
Yeah.
I don't know this song well enough. I don't think she's changing keys. I just think her intonation is a little
her intonation.
tricky.
She's
Yeah.
all
There are
over
parts
the
of the
place.
song where the key changes and she doesn't quite land the key change.
She
I
goes
don't
to the
feel
wrong
it-
key.
Yeah. And then she
Oh.
finds it, and then she finds it.
For me, I'm just viewing it as the wrong note. So I don't know how to read that. But
Right.
but I think that, again, this episode is like lots of raw materials needing refinement.
Yeah.
To almost everybody today, if not everybody, I want to say you're worth taking yourself more seriously. The fact that you've sent these videos in means that you kind of are.
Yeah.
It kind of means something to you. So all of you need to believe that you're worth the study.
Yeah.
All of you are.
样子坦白，但我给你的爱暂时收不回来。我爱，不能只是 be your friend。我在你。
Girl.
No, she said a little low.
No. That's the middle of your voice. That's your juicy center. This song could come down a little bit. You've got all sorts of stuff down here. Ah, hey. Lots of airy stuff. Ah. That where you said a little low, nope. That's accessible for you. You weren't at the bottom of your range at all. So I'm glad you wrote that. That allowed me a little bit of insight into how you're feeling in your body and how you're thinking and feeling about your voice. There is room down there. You do have access to upper notes, and that's great. You'll always be able to sail up there. But your perception of how high your whole voice needs to be, it's too jacked. You could come out of the rafters. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there for you to use.
就想要说明白。
Bye. Listen. Bye. Bye. Faster. Bye. Faster. Bye. Faster. Bye. Now we're going to do a bunch like this. Bye. No interruptions. Straight through. Bye. Practice that. It will help you stop kind of interrupting your words and syllables with those shoves a little bit.
我觉得自己好失败，
Nice. Nice.
从天堂掉落到深渊，多无奈。我愿意改变，重新再来一遍。 心里那么深，叫我怎么能放手？
It's too high.
但你说爱要
Did you hear that lovely little vibrato that poked through when she was relaxed for a
It was
sec there?
natural,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
wanna be your friend， 做个朋友。我怎
You don't know what notes go in there. You are guessing. You are making it up, and we got mushy, mushy, poo, poo. You don't know. How many notes are in there? Do you know? I don't know. You need to go back and listen to the original. You need to count. You need to listen and count and figure out what those notes are, how many there are, how long you hold each of them, what is the rhythm. You don't get to guess if you're going to do long-ass riffs and runs like that.
I don't think she studied the song enough.
I don't think she knows the song very well.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
every time she changed that melody,
Yeah.
it felt like it's really, really weird.
Yeah, I don't think she knows.
Maybe, but all I'm going to tell you is I've worked with a lot of singers.
Yeah.
And they can love and know a song for 1,000 years and bring it to me like, this is my heart song. I've been singing this since I came out of the womb. I love it so much. But they have not listened like a musician.
True.
They have listened like a fan.
True, true.
And a fan hears, wow, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not how a musician listens. We are constantly counting rhythm, counting notes, listening to intervals. So you need to listen like a musician. I think you've been listening like a fan. And fair enough.
Yeah.
But to dial it up, to get your singing to the next level, you need to start listening like a musician. Oh man, you're a busy gal. Super popular. It is called the one take challenge though. She's
Yeah.
hanging tight with the one take.
Yeah.
Nice vibrato!
Yeah, that's nice.
So vibrato will pop out when you're relaxed and when your instrument is working really well. When we've got all the systems go, that'll kind of flow out. So we're hearing that leak out when you're sitting in it nicely. Nice last note of the phrase.
Yeah.
Pretty tone, pretty tone, pretty tone. Nice vibrato.
Yeah, she's got
Shoot.
so much already.
I want to say something and I want you to really hear me. I have students use their body all the time to assist their body join with their voice. However, if you're using your body and it's not for a purpose or artistic or elevating what your voice is doing, sometimes it can be in the way. We can actually convince ourselves that we've hit a high note just by like pointing up or going up, or sometimes we think we've done a riff if we
Nailed it.
voice didn't do it, right? Hand did it, voice didn't do it. So I also will challenge you, not because I think it's bad to move around when you sing. I mean, have you seen me? Have I seen me? I talk with my hands, I sing with my hands, I wiggle around all the time no matter what I'm doing. So I don't want to take away from you the physicality and your enjoyment and the way you're relating to music. But to start dealing with the foundational stuff I've mentioned to you, you might want to almost sit on your hands for a little minute, because then you have to focus with this. There's no distractions, and you can't convince yourself that you've done something because your hands did it, if that makes sense. So great work. Thanks for sending that. I think hopefully with some of the feedback I've given to you, you can tune in more to your ear, come out of the rafters a little bit. There's always going to be high notes, but you can build. You can build on what you have going. Really pretty tone, and we've heard that vibrato coming through, which means that every once in a while, everything is just right where it's supposed to be. We need more listening, more accuracy.
Yeah.
Great work, though.
I remember him.
I recognize...
Yeah. He's the one that we thought was
No.
You caught him punching. His pitch was so great that it was better than yours.
Oh, well, maybe he just is better than me. Let's see.
我爱谁，跨不过，从来也
This sounds nakeder.
Way.
Yeah. Okay.
不觉
I see
得
you.
错，自以为抓着痛就能往回忆里躲，
This sounds much more human.
Yes.
Much more human.
Yes.
Thank you.
只相信着受诅咒的水晶球。
So basically, I was right. But I'm also going to give you some awesome feedback this time too. But this is unedited. This is exactly what this challenge is about. Great work.
阻挡可能心动的理由，而你却靠近了，逼我们视线交错，原地不动，我向前走。突然在意这分钟，眼前黄沙弥漫了等候，耳边传来孱弱的呼救，追赶要我爱的不保留。我心卡贝贝呀。
Can you sing that, please?
我心卡贝贝呀。
Yes, awesome. Great work. Really great work. Yeah, so I'm hearing this. I think we've been kind of calling it H-y or pushy. I'm going to play that phrase one more time.
我心卡贝贝呀。
We sing high. I can't.
Yeah, he's chopping it.
Can you emulate that? It's baby. Yeah. Yeah, now can you fix it?
我心跳贝贝呀。
Yes. So what happens in these instances, your musicianship is high, so you're hearing scoops. You're hearing the scoops, which means the lead note. There's like a little lower lead note. Can you sing it slow, please? Correct and slow.
我心跳贝贝呀。
Do you hear the be 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 be? So take that really slow at home. Try that, and then keep it that smooth when you start to slowly speed it up. Because when we get to move really fast, those scoops sometimes feel really difficult to quickly do. So our brain just like thinks it can help us out a little bit and it just gives us a little H, because H's are the least noticeable consonant. Obviously this is Mandarin. So I can't give you a Mandarin example, but if I sing this,
It's actually not Mandarin.
Oh, what is it?
是闽南语嘛
Oh, is it? Yeah, it's Taiwanese then.
Taiwanese, I'm sorry.
Some kind of, yeah.
Okay,
I don't
okay. But I'll give you an English example. Hopefully it will make some sense. If I sing this, the sun is only a star, round that star we spin. If I sing, the sun is only a star, round that star we spin. When I'm throwing those H's or interruptions in the middle of a word, it is less distracting than if I put, let's say, a D. The Sudan is the only is the dar, down that's the dar. So the H is what the brain ends up giving us because it fools us. We don't even know we're doing it. So that's how it's able to sneak its way in. But in your case, you are doing them on scoops. Your ear is recognizing the scoop, but it's interpreting it as these sort of push, little kind of shovey huh sound instead of the exact note.
走三关，我该话所以用。
Yo, what's this word? Oh, you don't know.
Yo.
Oh, you don't. Yes,
I know
You,
this word.
you do know it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is not. You do understand the language?
Well, it's a famous song.
Oh,
Like,
sorry.
A lot of people know how to sing it. So
Okay, so again, what was this word? Yo,
Yo.
yo,
Yo.
yo.
Yeah.
So here's another instance where instead of moving from one note to another directly, yo, we're getting yo, yo.
Yeah.
And that wind, I'll call it, yo, that wind kind of helps propel you to that other note. But take it out. Yo, 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 yo. You don't need it eventually. Right now it's going to feel like crazy, like I've taken away your shoes. But eventually you won't need it anymore.
为中华
His tone reminds me of someone famous we've done.
谁了
Oh, you're gonna disagree with me.
I don't.
I'm gonna say it and you're gonna be like,
Who?
no.
Who?
You're gonna disagree. His upper, I don't want to say it.
莫
I'm gonna hear
难关，我一心只想不传。而你却靠近了，逼我们视线交错，原地不动。我向前走，突然在意这分钟，眼前黄沙弥漫了等候。
That's I really hear those
Yeah.
there.
耳边传来孱弱的呼救，追赶要我爱的不保留。我心呀悲悲呀，走三关，我该还所以有为中华，澎下谁了？
I'm telling you, every once in a while there's a Sunan note in there.
Oh
There's
yes,
a
yes,
Sunan
yes,
note
yes,
in there.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
I texted him that.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So
Tonally, yes.
Tonally. So
yes.
your upper thicker notes are your superpower.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a pretty big compliment to be compared to Sunan
Yeah.
on your upper notes. That is obviously the thing that's your superpower. That's your sparkle. So that's neat. I'm glad you guys heard that too.
I agree.
Totally.
I'm glad you guys heard that
When
too.
you
So
said it, I'm like, okay, I think, and so I.
Okay.
okay, so we know that you have that. So the simpler stuff to some degree, right? Some singers would crave and work so hard to get to the point where they're sailing into those upper notes. You're doing that. Great work. It sounds great. The tone is great. The intonation is great up there. The thickness is great. I think it sounds really nice in those high notes. But the smoothness, the support in those lower, more verse, kind of in the verse, those passages, those are what you need to find through line and support on. Even they are good, but to elevate, you want to give the listener a very smooth ride. We don't want to have any bumpy bumps on the ride. So that is something you can, I pinky swear, can fix.
莫难关，我一心只想不传。满身伤痕累累，也来不及痛，那是指引我走向你的清楚感受。
Look how easy it is for him, right? I just want to point that out. Look how relaxed your face is.
Yes, yes.
Realistically, you're doing really well with those upper thicker.
不管危不危险，都要放下一切跟你走。只要一起承担，只要你不放手。
It's like pointier Sunan.
This is the version that you heard before from Jason,
Oh, really?
where he added the opera part.
Oh.
Like all of a sudden he's like, remember? I don't know if he's gonna do it.
He's not.
He might.
My money's on no.
Here it
Oh,
comes.
maybe.
Here it comes.
Oh.
Big
一马离了西凉关，赶回汉要见宝船。
So it's Chinese opera, right? It's Chinese opera.
Yes,
so it's supposed to be this.
traditional- It's traditional Taiwanese opera. Yeah,
It's supposed to have this tone.
yeah.
Okay.
歌仔戏。
算亮大灯点，
Okay, you know what? No. I don't
欢
think.
欢喜喜唱。
No, okay. Jason was actually criticized when he did that
Really?
because this is this is not the traditional Taiwanese opera that was supposed to be. Because like this sounds more like a Beijing opera,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Right?
But yo,
That's a good point.
Different kind of Chinese
is
opera.
this the style? Like, is he doing well, matching kind of what Jason did?
His agility is way worse than Jason.
Jason is obviously a full-time singer and artist.
Yes.
So what
Of
you're
course.
saying is,
He's missing
Yes, there's
joints,
more-
missing scoops, missing
okay,
little notes.
so when Jason sang it, it sounds like he used a little bit more complexity as far as scoops go.
definitely.
But I was more referring to tone. Is this a nice, appealing tone as far as this vibe goes?
I think the tone is fine.
It's good.
It
Okay.
sounds pretty authentic.
Okay.
Right? Is that
So everything comes down to, I guess, you too could work on agility. Working on agility and support will help those through lines. But obviously he was probably inspired by Jason.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Yes,
'cause this is his version.
So
Jason's
that high
version.
piece is only in Jason's?
Only in
Okay.
Jason's version.
Okay, so that means we know you love agility, right? If you love Jason, because he uses a lot of agility.
Yeah, even during the verse and chorus of the song.
Okay,
it's
I have
supposed to be like
okay,
so
okay,
much
okay.
more detail, right?
So using technology, using an app, grab Jason's version and slow it down and have a really good listen to what's happening in slow motion. It will blow your mind and it will up your game a bazillion% if you emulate it. If you
爱团安远，我心卡白白呀，
good gear switching.
yeah.
走上光。
This is your superpower though, sir.
Yeah.
This is where you shine.
Yep.
我该还所以有爱，为中爱，放下世了，无人管，我一心只想无错。希望福
Jason, do that.
放下世了，
Way more connected.
无人管。
Full body sport.
我一心只想不转。
So, because your vibrato is so strong, I know that you can up your agility game. Because vibrato is kind of linked to agility, right? Those movements. So, I think for you, the support and continuing through the lines without those kind of stoppy, H-y things, and your agility. And linked to agility is ear. It's all here. It's all here. When we remove those extras, those scoops, we kind of remove the connective tissues.
Yeah.
So what's happening right now is when you are adding them, you're often adding them with that sort of pushy, H-y thing.
Yeah.
And when you remove them, we just have a simpler melody.
Yeah.
And that's fine. To be honest, that's my pick. A simpler melody, but clean, would be my pick. So thank you for sending a second video. I think this was... You showed up. This is a very active song.
Well, it's not an easy song. to
Not
sing.
an
No,
easy
no.
song. Not an easy song. But it's the devil's in the details, as they say.
Yeah.
So the skeleton of this song seems reasonably accurate.
That's true.
And quite pleasant on those upper, thicker notes.
Yeah.
But you're at the point where those subtleties, that's where you're at. To go to the next level, those subtleties have to get smoothed out and addressed and acknowledged by your ear. We can't sing those scoops unless we're hearing, acknowledging, and asking our voice to repeat them. Slow it down. Listen to this in slow motion, and you'll hear them. But great work to everybody. Great episode. Great episode.
Great,
Thanks for sending, everybody.
Yep.
2, 3, 4. Time stands still. It passes so quickly. Some moments last forever, but the season's gone so fast. Nobody's the same after
just a little bit with watermelon seeds.